All right, Halloween is almost here, and many have the spooky parties, a lot of gatherings. Well, coming up, we're going to talk about trick-or-treating with kids and what happens when you lose your phone. We've got Luis Silva from AT&T right now with us. Luis, good morning. We want to talk about this. The cell phone is the one lifeline we have to our children when they're out trick-or-treating and then they lose it. So what's the story here?
Well, it's one of those big things. Good morning. Thank you for having me. Yeah, there's a big difference between misplacing or losing your phone. But the big difference between those two is those are the simple ones. But once it gets lost or stolen, you really have to take a big, deep breath because it can be really scary. And the easiest way to just look at that is to use the Find My iPhone app or Find My Phone app, and it's also available not only on Apple devices but Android. And you just have to run to your computer and just make sure that you try to find it, see where it is. Now, the phone has to be on in order for you to find it. So that's one of the biggest tricks. And you have to retrace your steps. And I know it's really scary as Halloween, very spooky, not to have your phone because of everything that you have in those.
Yeah, I was on my way to an appointment yesterday, and I didn't have my phone. I literally turned around. I canceled the appointment, just turned around and went back home because I didn't have my phone. I just didn't want to get stuck. So I totally understand that feeling, Luis.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest things. Actually, you leave your home without your wallet, but you choose to have your phone with you all the time. But right. Again, one of those good features about that Find My Phone is you can put it on lost mode, right? And with it, you can actually send a message to whoever finds it and say, call me at this number and maybe we can find it. Now, the scary thing here, Owen, is if you lose your phone completely, what do you do? Because you have so many memories, so many things, and obviously all your financials there, right, that one of the things is you can call your carrier and we can actually go in there and delete everything. Now, the challenge, you'll lose everything that is in your phone, but if you have your financials, it could save you a lot of money.
Well, and let's be honest, Luis, so much stuff is on the cloud these days, too, that so much of the data that's on our phone is, in fact, copied over and over. And I guess that's scary in its own right, because who knows where that stuff goes. But we do have some of that backup protection, I guess.
Yes, but it's up to you to back it up. So that's the biggest trick, right? You can back up your phone, and some people try to waive it or anything. Just make sure you're constantly backing up. And if it prompts you to back up, make sure you have that. The other thing that is really important is that's when insurance is important. It's not as costly as people think. You just pay a deductible, but make sure you get an insurance on your phone. It's a device that costs close to $1,000, close to $2,000, and all your information is there. One of the things that you can do is get insurance for your phone, and you can actually get your phone back within the same day, not your actual phone, but a new phone right away if you have insurance.
And get a replacement. Well, let me ask you, Luis, you ever lost your phone?
Oh my gosh, several times. And now, as I age, Owen, the biggest thing is it ends up in the fridge or somewhere in another place. So I'm always clicking on the watch so that it rings somewhere so that I can find it. But yes, I've lost my phone. Actually, I lost one in an airplane once, never got it back, and all my information was there. But fortunately, I was able to call and delete everything, but I did lose a lot of my pictures. So yes, make sure you're always backing up.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes it takes that hard lesson, losing the phone, losing the pictures before people finally decide, maybe I do need a cloud service of some kind, or maybe I do need to back this thing up on a regular basis. Totally understand. Anything else you want to share with us, Luis, about AT&T, 5G, and what's going on out there with the wireless network?
Oh, we have a wonderful network. Actually, in Houston, 5G Plus around. If you're walking around with your phone in AT&T, we have 5G Plus, and we have great fiber service here. The best internet service that one can provide is here in Houston. We have tons of investment here in Houston. So people should take advantage of that. It's really fast internet that nowadays, when we're all working from home or downloading a lot, like watching this show over the internet is phenomenal to have great fiber service.
That's right. You know, and I know for my kids too, they want that zero ping, that one or two, whatever the lowest ping for their gaming. That's why it's so fast. Hey, Luis, thanks for your time. We had a little extra time, which is why I asked you about the 5G Plus, but I think this is helpful for folks back to kind of losing the phones and whatnot. A good reminder, whether it's a cloud service or backing it up, and in the worst case scenario, they can call you and hopefully you guys can help delete the data on the phone. Is that about right?
That's about right. That's exactly right. And it's not only AT&T, other carriers can do the same thing, but just make that phone call. And if you lose any of your financial data, make sure you call your banks, change passwords. All those things are super important, Owen, if you lose your phone, because you don't want anybody with all your information walking around.
You know it. Luis Silva from AT&T. Good to talk to you again, my friend. We'll see you next time.
You got it. Thank you so much.